Landscape compositions. Do you know how to make them stand out? Howdy everyone, welcome to another video, and in this one we're going to be covering how to shoot different landscape pictures. One of the first questions you might ask though, or problems you might come across, is actually what sort of orientation should I be taking these kinds of pictures in? Should we be using portrait orientation or landscape orientation? Let's go look. Now it might seem obvious that landscapes should always be shot in landscape format to capture all their beauty, but in reality the opposite can also be true. Portrait orientation can sometimes make a landscape photo stand out that much more. Your choice of orientation should always be driven by your subject. Is there something tall in your frame, like a tree or a mountain? Well, shooting in portrait can help emphasize its height. Take for example a long road in the frame. That can also look great in portrait orientation. And if you're standing right on that road, it can give you an opportunity to play with depth of field. If you're still unsure whether of these formats you should shoot in, we made a video about it and you'll find a link in the description, also right here. But now let's move on to the next question or the next topic, which is about rules of thirds. As we already learned in the video about portrait composition, there are two basic types of composition: centered and then the golden ratio. By the way, that video is also right here and in the description. The golden ratio, simplified by photographers into what we call the rule of thirds, can make your photo a lot more dynamic. If you have a tree in the frame, instead of placing it right dead center, try positioning it a little bit to one side. That way your composition becomes a little more engaging. Then balance it out by placing something on the other side, let's say maybe the sun or the moon, just to create a more harmonious shot. And speaking of balance, we can also try finding that with a little bit of symmetry instead. Now that comes in handy especially when you're composing a centered subject. Balance and symmetry can be key elements that'll make your photo a lot more compelling. Symmetry in landscapes is quite rare, and that makes it unusual, and therefore striking and capturing that can make your photo feel a little even more epic. Now look for lines in fields, horizons, trees, tree rows, roads, buildings, rocks, or mountain passes, and all kinds of other stuffs that might help you create some symmetry. And the same objects that we mentioned can also be used for rules of thirds. So experiment with how you frame them and find a way to make them work for your composition. Now when it comes to lines, make sure your horizon is straight. And you know what to do for that, right? Lines in general can be a powerful compositional element. Use them horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, and see how you can use them creatively. Now for the sake of composition, you don't always need to use a subject or an object. You could use nothing. Well, not nothing, but you know what I mean. Empty space, such as the sky, a field, a meadow, some fog. Basically, large uniform areas create what's called negative space. And this is gonna help draw attention to your subject or emphasize its isolation within the scene. So that's it for our landscape composition tips. If you like our video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like our video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss another video. Let us know some of your topics that you're interested in below or any other comments you have. We love reading them. And I'll see you in the next video. Till next time, take care.